All right. A few minutes late. Thanks for hanging out for a few minutes. Tailgating. Really, we're just stalling so Tim and everybody could get in here. So trying out some new lighting setups tonight. We're going to talk ICAST, new products, the preview, at least what they've leaked and are going to let out early. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. That'll be a fun topic, timely. I believe ICAST is next week. What's up, Jig Scott? What's up, Daniel? Lots of members. Seeing them here. Chris, Top Toad. I am wearing a visor. I'm glad she noticed, though, AJ. Yeah, that was just a random photo I grabbed to make that thumbnail. I do have that BTL hat sitting over there. I haven't turned that one into a visor yet. So, yeah, it's going to be very back and forth. We're going to kind of review the Bassmaster New Products 22 Gallery and review and kind of give them a thumbs up, give my honest opinion on what's up some of these things. Kentucky, we're not at Lake St. Clair right now, Darius? Did you actually have to come home and, get the mail, or what's going on? Let's see here. Want to try something out here. Pardon. The fishing has been good. Fishing the Southeast, been cracking them. Fished a bunch of half days this weekend, but they were all pretty good. All largemouth fishing. Lots of shallow fishing. A little bit of offshore fishing. Got some frogging done. Got some flipping done. A lot of milfoil. It was pretty good. All right. Yeah, I might try that. So YouTube has rolled out this new thing called membership gifting, where you can basically send gifts out to other people and randomly. So if there's somebody like myself or somebody else wants to buy gifts or gift a membership for a month to somebody else, they can do that. And if you can see in the chat, see if I can. I want to show this. So there's a little banner that's going to pop up. Maybe I'll just show what it looks like quick, just so you guys can see this. But you want to accept a little picture-in-picture here. But this thing where it says allow gifts, you want to hit that, turn that on, so that if somebody decides to be super nice and gifts some memberships, then if you're an active member, you're more likely to be the recipient of that. So I recommend all of you to go ahead and turn that feature on, hit that allow gifts button. So do that, and you might be surprised. Speaking of members, speaking of nerds, speaking of gift, I should have asked Debo what he was doing tonight. We could have maybe talked tackle on the ICAST preview. The river's not that bad, AJ. Like, I left the door open for you on day 3. You just didn't take advantage of it. Yeah, fishing the Southeast. You're making some cool stuff. That'd be cool. I think that's random, though, Baitman. You can't specify. That's one thing that's a little bit limiting, that you can't specify. But otherwise, it would be fun. He's too busy practicing those long, dark, daylight to dark practice days for Oneida, Baitman. You know that. That's how Bogo does it. Well, Chris Russ, they're trying to get on par with Twitch and some of those platforms to give the creators and the members and the community more options. Copper's super excited about something upstairs. Got a boy. What's up, Luke? New member? Welcome. Awesome. Appreciate it. Make sure we recognize him with one of us. Welcome to the team, Luke. Glad you joined the membership. We'll be doing some giveaways for the members here, probably in a couple weeks. Good point. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Always a good idea. Fish Lab Nymph being released. If we don't see that in the showcase, we'll have to look that up. I'm going to star that, Dave, so we don't forget about that. All right. Yeah, I need to turn this thing off. That's annoying that I have had this on this long. All right, get that off there. Yeah, but otherwise, let's jump into it. Let's not forget to thank Arsenal Fishing for supporting the stream. I got some new sun shirts from Arsenal. They have failed to put them on their site yet, but they are really, really nice. So I'm excited about those. Show you those guys. They were in my recent videos, and they are very nice. So hopefully they get those out there. Bateman, what's up, buddy? Thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate it. That's awesome. We got to give Bateman the one of us as well. Welcome to the team, Baxter, Bateman. Hope you're enjoying your break. We should probably get into some tackle talk before there's actually a picture. We're going to talk about the slobber knocker. We've got a picture of it tonight. That's all right. Not a big deal either way. But let's jump into it here. Share the screen here. We're going to basically some storms down by Tim. Hopefully it's not too bad. Check out the new product preview showcase on Bassmaster. We're just going to kind of scroll through these and stop and talk about the ones that I think are interesting. Gramps, I feel like you were already a member. This must be a renewal because I thought you were a member already. But welcome back, Gramps. Got your new Omnia box. Yep, the new codes rocking. See you guys out there using it. That's awesome. I actually just stopped by Omnia today and stuff in my boat. I got some of the new I got more of the Spro Flapping Frogs and some Nico hooks today for this weekend. So awesome. So we're going to talk about some hard baits. So speaking of which, right, who was just saying that? Somebody's mentioned something about the slobber knocker. It's right here. It's the first one that they kind of let out here. Yeah, Chris. So it's interesting that it looks like to get around the Z-Man, and we only get one picture here, is that somehow rather than have the hook eye, right, it's like molded in so it goes through the head. So that's definitely a different blade attachment. Obviously, there was a whole lot of talk about this. Guys like Rudd and Evers and a few other guys were throwing it around this spring quite a bit. I don't know. I'm interested to get my hands on it. Obviously, it looks like it's going to make plenty of blade to head contact with the way that blade is mounted. I feel like this is probably going to be solid. Probably going to be a fish catcher. I think this is one that I'll probably. Gramps is already saying frog fur on the slobber knocker. He's a big thunder cricket / jackhammer guy. So we'll see. I think I'd at least buy one of these and try it, or at least pick one up and look at it in the store. Yeah, the one thing, Chris, is you shouldn't be too mad, right? Because at 15%, you still get your 10% back in premium members, right? So if you look at your 10% credit with a 15% code, you're actually getting like 23.5% off if you think about it. So you actually are the winner here, Chris. So take that for what it's worth. What's up, Wes? So it looks like Fish in the Southeast said winner for sure. Like he might have got his hand on it. It's looked like the blade actually straddles the head and there's like a pin. So it's definitely gonna be a little different. I actually disagree here, Gramps. I think Berkeley probably did their homework and they probably know that it's going to get around the patent. Bateman says he's throwing one. It's got a fusion hook. All right. So let's so I think overall most people are saying thumbs up on the slobber knocker. Let's see here. So then you've got this Ketchko Buka bull mullet, which kind of looks like it's mullet makes me think saltwater. Silver hooks makes me think saltwater. Swim bait. I mean, if Buka's got his name on it, I mean, I think the baby bull shad and the baby bull gill are pretty good baits. So I don't know if this is something I'm going to get, but I bet you it's a pretty decent bait. The collabs with Buka have been pretty good. All right, then you got the Freedom Tackle Speed Freak spinner bait, which has got kind of some unique blades. Almost kind of reminds me of that unique, maybe like some of the, I forget what that willow, that elongated willow teardrop, maybe some of those like old Rick Clunn style spinner baits. So that's kind of cool. I think anytime you're playing with spinnerbait blade shapes and things like that, you're tweaking, excuse me, the profiles and the vibration. That can be a good thing. Not a huge spinnerbait guy, but I think this is decent looking. I feel like the Tornado was a little different, but those were unique as well. It's like an elongated Indiana teardrop blade. It's like I feel like there's a name for it, but it's like a cross between a willow and an Indiana. Yeah, I was thinking it was the Trickster. That was my thought as well. They're calling this a patent pending Keitler or Kittler blade for rocking action. Bateman says it's the Oki blade. All right, and then we have a Freedom Tackle Ultra Diver Shad. I can't see the blade, but I think they're calling this a cloverleaf blade. I feel like it looks like the Lure Jensen Hot Lips. The shape of the bait looks the same. So I don't know if Lure Jensen went by the wayside or if they're still making those. I forget, but this really looks like a Hot Lips. I like it, Debo. Windiana, you should patent that. Yeah, I was thinking Hot Lips as well. Looks just like the Hot Lips. So, that looks like a copycat. Everybody's favorite Guggen Swad bumper, a double Colorado. I don't think there's anything really cool here or new. This is a pretty standard spinnerbait design that's been out for a while, and then it's got the Guggen stamped in the eye and in the blades. They're going to sell a zillion of them because of marketing. More spinnerbaits. Nickel Lures Catalyst spinnerbait. 24K gold or nickel plated. Engineered with G3 level curvature. Pro tie skirt. I mean, it's a nice looking spinnerbait. Still a spinnerbait. I don't know if there's anything like super new about that. FY, the president of American Baitworks left. Yeah, Nichols does make good spinnerbait. So I don't think there's anything super crazy about this, but Nichols is already a company that makes good spinnerbait. So this is an extension of what they're already doing. 100% for sure. And then he can mend it. The trailer's on there. All right, Guggen Squad Rival 7-inch. So a single joint. I don't know if this, they're calling it a Magnum glide bait at 7 inches. I don't know if Magnum and 7-inch belong in the same sentence. But $30 glide bait. Don't love the color of the one that they put out there as an example. I'm not a glide expert. Doesn't look like anything crazy to me. Greenfish Tackle Bad Little Shad. So I assume the Bad Little, what was it? The Bad Little Dude that Brian, what's his name? Thrift's buddy. I can't think of his name. But I assume this is his swim bait head called the Bad Little Shad. I assume this is in reference to the Guggen swim bait. It does definitely look like the Smeltonator or the Guppy Shad. I agree. So, Greenfish topping out their version. There's a lot of that stuff, right? I mean, there's going to be a ton of stuff where people are coming out with their, Brian knew, their version of something that already exists and putting their own little spin on it. Yeah, I mean, Green Fish makes good stuff. But I got plenty of jig heads. The Gantrel and Gantrel Jr. This must just be new colors because this obviously has been out a while. So available in 2 new colors, Fired Up and RT Crappie. So I don't know. I don't know how new colors make it into the showcase. Obviously, the Jackal is a great, they make a lot of good baits, and the Gantrel is a pretty solid swim bait. But I don't know that new colors, just like when Berkeley came out with all their HD colors last year, I was like, why is that in the new product showcase? Hook Keeper looks decent. Which Hook Keeper? Oh, yeah, that's similar design on the other ones. The Smeltonator and a couple of those use a similar design. Jackal Rearrange. This is an existing bait in 2 new colors. And I'm pretty sure Burgundy Shad and Chartreuse, I'm not mistaken, have been out for a while. I'm pretty sure I saw these on the Omnia site like weeks ago. Yeah, there's Burgundy Shad right there. It's been out at least a month. So why is it in the ICAST showcase? So love the jerkbait. Don't know why 2 new colors means in the new product. So here's your Live Target Live Craw. This is probably a best in show candidate right here. Not because it should be, but because this is the kind of stuff that typically wins. 48% of you in the poll think that something that catches fish will actually win best in show. I would put this in the Live Target / Lunker Hunt gimmick. But this is the kind of stuff that typically wins best in show. All right, we got 107 watching here. I want to try out one of these gifted. Let me see. I'm going to try a membership gifting. I can do 5 memberships. Let me try this here. I'm going to test it out. Yeah, bye. So 5 of you should randomly get a gifted membership for a month. Let's see how that works. So hurry up and hit that allow gifts if you haven't already. And somebody, so there we go. Critical Gravy. I can't bring it up on the screen based on StreamYard. It doesn't like. So it looks like Critical Gravy, the Dad Bod, Jacob Johnson, Ryan Schoen, and Roland all get a gifted membership tonight. So just trying it out. Just wanted to say thanks for all you guys that watch. Give you guys a chance to try out the membership for a month, see what you think. And yeah, just something I want to say thanks to give back. Debo, you click on, if you're on YouTube, you click on like the little $sign, like you're going to do a super chat, and now they have super sticker, super chat. You can join the membership there now instead of finding a link, which a lot of people struggle with. And there's also a membership gifting option as well. So it's pretty cool. I'm glad that I can do that now and gift random people. And it's supposed to favor the most active people on your channel and your streams. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what it says. All right, Shimano World Pop. Looks like a decent popper. Looks like it's got some good hooks on it. Flash Boost technology, kind of some of the same stuff they had in their jerk baits. The World Minnow. A micro spring right here. So I guess you can see that, and that's supposed to. So the Flash, even as it's motionless, uses a scale boost technology with a lifelike composite pitch. All right. So that thing's supposed to that flash is mounted on a spring. So as you work it, it's supposed to give it kind of a live action. Yeah. So there should be in the chat a little banner if you scroll up where you can click allow gifts in the blue letters. Here, I can show it one more time. So you can see here, right, just below where I gifted 5 memberships, you can hit allow gifts, and you click on that and then click the little yes, and that's how it works. So yeah, that's a cool looking popper. I like the idea. I mean, like this internal thing with that thing, is it a gimmick? But at least it's somewhat innovative. I can kind of dig that. I don't know if it's going to replace the yellow magic anytime soon in my box, but for those that like poppers, probably worth a try for the Shimano World Pop. Does it give a price? $19.99. That's a pricey popper. I think I'll stick to the yellow magic until proven wrong. The Spro CG Outsider crankbait. So this is the Johnson Brothers. I feel like this has got some blends of the OSP in with the Spro. It's definitely got the look and the attitude of the Spro, but I think they're trying to kind of do some of the same things that they're doing with some of those OSP crankbaits. Good looking bait. $19.99 to $25.99. That's a pricey deep diver. Like, jerk baits, 110s. I don't feel like I lose a lot of 110s. But I feel like deep diving crankbaits, sometimes those are a little easier to lose. Brian says if you're on Apple, some of these are not available in the app. Yeah, I'm on the web browser. So if you're watching on a tablet or a device, then some of these may not be the same. Yeah, glad you enjoy it, Jacob. Welcome to the membership. Yeah, Spro has some cool colors, and I love the attitude of the Spro baits. Oh, Jim said he found the allow gift button on his phone. So there you go. There's hope. Spro Blade spinnerbait. I feel like this has some inspiration from the Jackal. What is it? The Jackal. They don't make it anymore. Spinnerbait. Somebody help me. What it was called. It like the way it was designed, that would fall. The spinnerbait blades would keep spinning. Had a unique. Epic Eric talks about it all the time. A few other people. Super Eruption. Yes, JP. Thank you. So, $11 spinnerbait. Also looks like it could be something like the SV9, the Mega Bass. Looks like a high quality spinnerbait. Excuse me. The Spro components, the Gamakatsu, it's going to be high quality components. So, and then here's another version, kind of a thumper version, right? So you got kind of your Clearwater burner version with the willows, and then you've kind of got your thumper dirty water oaky spinnerbait. All right, another Spro Demon 55. This looks like 3-5. I feel like this is going after the Speed Trap, like replacing that. Speed Trap was a good bait. This looks like it could mimic that a little bit, but obviously it's kind of a unique design. But I think that's kind of what this is trying to, the water column or the type of bait that it's supposed to be is a kind of like the Speed Trap, kind of like a lipped, floating, lipless crankbait. Can see that. Spro Rock Crawler 50 DD. So this is a smaller, I think, right? The 50 is smaller than the regular Spro. AJ, what's the regular Spro? Maybe a little bit deeper, deep diver. Yeah, everything's over $10 now. Mixed stick +1. Oh, AJ's excited about this one. Putting some of your custom craw colors on there. AJ, are you back? Can we have you on in like 2 weeks on the show? Talk about custom painted lures and things like that. The mixed stick +1, that's a natural extension. Mixed stick's a very good jerkbait. Most companies like Megabass doing the +1, Jackal Ranger's got their MR medium runner, just getting those deeper divers. So I think this is a totally logical extension for Spro to make their mixed stick and a deep diver. It says it gets it to 9 to 12 feet. That's I feel like that's deeper than a lot of the other +1s. Yozuri pencil popper. I haven't so it's just the deep version of the rock crawler. I haven't thrown the Yozuri 3DBs baits, but I've heard a lot of good things. I know Darius speaks high of them. I'm kind of waiting for Omnia to carry Yozuri so I can load up the cart and try them. I feel like that could be a good alternative to a shower blow. I could see that, especially if they got it in bone. Hopefully one of these 11 colors is bone. I don't know what this is, but that weirds me out. It looks like a disco ball. But that's looks like a Shad Rap spinoff. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Hellraiser here in a little bit. I think that's on the list. Yozuri 3DR X Crank MR. Not much to say about that. I'm not sure. I'm not super familiar with the Yozuri baits. I don't know if this is an extension or is it the same bait with new colors? I don't know if it's just their 3D prism on their existing popper or if it's a new popper. I'm not sure. All right, Yozuri 3DR X Vibe. So they've Yozuri probably their most well-known bait is probably their Vibe, their Yozuri, what is it, the Vibe or their lipless. So they're getting into these 3D prism finishes. That's kind of their thing this year. So I don't know if they're just slapping their 3DRs on their existing baits and calling them new. Yep, that is true. Most of these are $7.99, $7.99, and even the big pencil popper 110 is $9.99, which if it works, is a lot cheaper than a shower blow. Bullet crank, 5+, 15 to 20 footer. I don't do a ton of deep cranking. Here is the Z-Man Hellraiser. I don't know what this is. Here's the line tie. I don't know what it's a top water. I'm guessing, and it's got like the Strike King Rage Blade is like hanging off the rear end, which I imagine it really like makes it sit down with its head up. And then with the line tie, right, you would be pulling from the chin. It says it's designed by chatterbait inventor Ron Davis. So I imagine it's almost like a top water with the chatter wagging its rear end or ass in the water. I don't know if it would create like a really hard walking, almost like a rat. I'm not sure. I would be interested to see a video on this. This is either the biggest piece of hot garbage or the most amazing thing that's ever came out, and I'm not sure. Jim saying frog fur. Definitely think this has got a chance for best in show. Oh, let's see. SmackDown says it's a bit of a wake bait. Yeah, even the colors are really weird. Ryan says garbage. That emoji says it all. It looks like something like if you just gave a kid like a bunch of lure components and just threw them on the table and they just started like gluing things together. That's what it says in the description. Designed by chatterbait inventor Ron Davis. Exactly. It looks like you reach in the box of like, and you pull out 6 baits, and that's the Hellraiser. But we complain that there's no ingenuity, there's no new stuff. This is unique. There is no denying that this is a unique bait and probably one of the most unique baits we've seen. It could be hot garbage. It could be a mess. I guess we'll see real soon when we can actually get our hands on one. I might have to get one of those and do a video on it. All right. This one kind of washed out a little bit here on my screen, but I think it looks okay on your screen. You got the Z-Man Midwest Finesse Swim Jig. Says it's got the patented stable track jig head design. I don't know. There's plenty of good swim jigs out there. I don't know that I need one from Z-Man, to be honest. There's a lot of guys like Super K and Brovarni and custom makers and things like that where I get my swim jigs from rather than mass-produced ones, but that's just me. 13 Fishing Power Slide. Got a walking bait, kind of a gunfish inspired looking bait, I would say. Kind of a pencil popper, kind of a walking bait, kind of a slash bait. Not had a lot of experience with 13 baits that I like, so I'm probably going to wait and see on this one. I like that it's got 3 trebles on it. Yeah, I kind of say if it's truly designed by Ron, I definitely would give it a shot. That guy knows what's, All right. That was hard baits. We're going to get into soft baits now. I'm going to keep moving here so we can stay on track tonight. So these are in alphabetical order, right? So Berkeley is going to be at the top and things like Yuzuri and Z-Man are going to be at the bottom. So so far, right? SmackDown, Doug says, not that excited. You don't get excited about anything except for PBR. All right, so the Power Stinger. This is their bladed jig minnow that they obviously came out with to go with their slobber knocker. It looks a little bit like the Razor Shad from Z-Man. I'm sure it's fine. Looks okay. There's a lot of good jobs. And I'm probably going to stay with my tactical minnow for now. Good reminder, AJ. Cost you nothing to hit the thumbs up. Much appreciated. $9.99 for 6 of these little minnows? Man, 7. I think there would be a Laztec for that. Big Bites Quarantine Craw. I like the name. They're probably a year or so too late for the Quarantine Craw. It's 4 1/4 inches, so that's like it's a little bit shorter than a Yum Dinger. It's basically a 4-inch dinger with some flappers on it. They're calling it a Ned style body. If it's truly designed, it says it's also ideal for a finesse jig. I could see it as a jig trailer. They have their Sensation soft plastic. So this is their new plastic attraction power bait, whatever. See, as a Ned, though, I don't like flappers on my Ned. I feel like the Ned should glide. It shouldn't have a kicking action to make it fall. That's a different Beast Coastish. Which one? This one or this one? Either way, I'm not that excited. I haven't even heard about the Hard Mountain Dew. Did they make a hard diet dew, Ryan? Because I got to stay at my competitive fishing weight. I don't know, Andrew. I tend to do the same. I reel right-handed with both reels, so I don't get it. You know what? But it doesn't bother me, right? Just like if people want to wear masks outside, it doesn't bother me. Do you, bro. the Somali 36. So this is clearly a flatworm competitor with their new Sensation soft plastics. Obviously, if the Big Bite Bait Sensation can rival the Maxent or something like that, that would be good for us to like not have Berkeley have like the only game in town. So, you know, it has some more options out there, so people aren't selling flatworms for $37 a pack on eBay. That's a good thing. Yes, the Big Bite Bait technology. What's up, NH New Hampshire Life? So yeah, it's another drop shot worm. Kamikaze Swiplet tail. Yeah, I mean you kind of put. I mean this is still. I mean this is basically just the old Hank Parker Mann's split tail spinnerbait trailer from the years ago, except for it's got a little rib body, which I don't know that's even going to matter. Like I don't know if there's enough water movement behind the head under the skirt to make this matter. It's just a split tail. Not that excited. I'm sure it works fine, but Poppin' Pad Crasher Jr. I think this is probably a decent pond bait. I'm not a big fan of junior frogs. Fish and Celsius said the Cliff Perch designed the sensation baits. Said he tested them. He says they're legit. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably try some. It probably won't be this one. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be good on a little chatterbait or a spinnerbait or something like that. Small frogs, boring, Biospawn, Vile Minnow. So that's it doesn't say how long it is. It looks short, like a short fluke, like it would be more of a bladed jig style trailer, less like a fluke. I don't know. It says designed to fish with a lightweight screw lock EWG. And you got your Biospawn Exo Ned. I'm sure that works just fine. In general, I'm a fan of having a little bit of movement on the end of my Ned, not like a kicker, but like the Tickler Z's versus a straight TRD. So, I mean, like something like this is semi-interesting, but I usually end up just breaking my dingers in half or just picking up old baits out of the bottom of my boat when I want to fish a Ned rig. The Vile Bug is 5 inches, but this is the Vile Minnow. All right. Then we got the Biospawn's Vile Tube, which they don't tell us how long these are. I don't know. Not sold on this one. It kind of looks like the flying lure without the unique jig head. Thomas is calling for a Maxent Pit Boss. They do have the Maxent like creature hog or whatever that thing is. You have the Maxent Chigger Craw. So I don't know how those little arms would work on the Pit Boss with the Maxent. Gramps loves the Maxent Chigger Craw. I'm sure he'll comment about that soon. Yeah, it does. It does look like a leaf. The split tick. Is that what this thing is? Maybe if you like clipped it off, like right there, it could be a Ned. All right. Flippin' Biffle Bug. So I think this has just got a little bit different head, so you can. Or is it different? I don't understand how this is different than the other Biffle Bug. Maybe I haven't used the Biffle Bug enough to know how this. I thought you could flip the Biffle Bug already. I thought Tommy Biffle already flipped the Biffle Bug. Tackle Juggy said the Vile tube worked. All right. Looks like a roach after you step on it. Harder plastic. All right. The chat is rocking tonight. Good point, Kuda. That's what makes these streams entertaining. Is not just me and the guests, but a lot of times it's the side chats that makes it a good deal. 172. I didn't even see how many of you guys were in here creeping and playing along tonight. That's awesome. Jackal Rhythm Wag. $2 a piece, $5.99 for a 3-pack. Rhythm Wag also features a hole in the rear of the lure to make it easier for anglers to rig when fishing a backslide technique, like a Nico style. It's almost like a... Featuring a 2-layer construction with a denser, high-gravity material in its lower half, the Rhythm Wag maintains a stable action when twitched. And so it's like a super high-tech fluke design bait. Interesting. The one thing we do know is if it does work, Jackal will discontinue it shortly. All right. Solid head and extra kickers. I don't know that I want more kickers on my flipping bug, to be honest. I don't like the crazy legs kicker caught. It's got too much going on, too much drag. Yeah, Pete's on Stray Cast tonight. What's that all about? What's up, Zach B? Welcome to being a member. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Welcome to Team Hella. Got to make sure we give him the one of us. One of us. That's awesome, my man. Looks like one of Debo's crew with the Hawkeyes. We got several Iowa members in the chat here. You're in good hands. You're in good company, Zach B. The Spro Frog is good. All right. The Live Target Ultimate Frog. I have never been a big fan of these frogs with big legs. I don't know. I mean, they look like real frogs. That's what frog baits used to be when I was a kid before we came to the hollow body. Single hook versus 2. I just don't think I'm buying it. $18. Yeah, that's a hard pass for me, dog. I'm going to stick with my Spros and things like that, and Terminators, and try out the Bullywa. Good color frog. All you need is a black, a white, and like a natural color. You don't have to get too crazy. Missile Baits Magic Worm. So there's been a lot of talk about this one. This is the collab between RoboWorm and Missile. So Missile kind of worked with RoboWorm to develop a semi-unique shape of the RoboWorm, but they're using the RoboWorm's laminate pouring technology to come up with kind of a collaboration. So this is going to be kind of the same. I mean, they're going to be really similar to the RoboWorms, to be honest, and how you'd use them. Drop shots, shaky heads, Nico rigs, things like that. And then they're going to have the marketing and the distribution of missile baits with the hand pour laminate technology of RoboWorms. $11 for a pack of 12, so almost $1 a worm. No, 14 worms. That's not too bad. $11. I mean, it's a sad day when I say that's not too bad. The frog never skips legs, eh? Yeah, two good companies collab. Yeah, they're $11 for 14. It's a little less than $1 a worm. So, all right. I don't think that's way more expensive than RoboWorms. I could be wrong. So, do we have RoboWorms at Omnia? I don't remember. Let's see here. What is... Do a little fact checking here. Roboworm. So a 6-inch. I think this would be the most comparable 6-inch fat straight tail. So the $4.79 for how many are in this pack? 8. So they're a little more expensive. Yeah, these are about 50, 60 cents, and those are 90 cents a piece. So, all right, we're going to definitely pay a premium to have the collaboration there. These is a 6-inch straight tail worm. All right, Missile Baits Chunky D. So I think Byron Childers was in our chat when Baitman was on. He was alluding to this. So this is kind of like the beefed up mini chunk, right? So it's almost like a 3.5 inch. So it's a little shorter than a beaver. So it's like a hybrid chunk creature bait. So you could definitely, I think, punch this or fish it as a jig trailer. Get this, and is this what we were talking about in, there we go. Get this in Superbug, and I'll definitely try a pack of these in Superbug. I can get down with that. I don't know about this one. That's just a weird. I mean, it's probably okay. It's a poppin' frog. It's got the streamlined shape and smash mouth for impressive casting distance. It looks like maybe it's got a little more rigid. I don't know if it's a little more rigid cup popper, but I just would make sure that doesn't want to like negate hookups. Chris says he's going to try the smash mouth. All right. Report back when you get them. Yeah. I feel like we've got my box is full of frogs that I can depend on. I don't really need many new ones. Good point, Thomas. Spro Pintail Stick Slim. I feel like this reminds me of a bait that K-Tech comes out with. I forget. I had some, but they have a bait that looks kind of like this. Probably a fine drop shot bait. I don't know. I'm not super into my drop shots. I have a pack of these. These have been on the Omnia site for, I think, at least a month. They are tinier than they look in the picture. I have them in my boat. They are just like little bitty things. Like this picture makes them look big compared to how they are, to be honest. But they're kind of like a stretchy Elastec material. $6 for 5, so they're $1.25 a piece. But they've been out. Why is this in the new category? These Omnia had these a month ago. I mean, I think the Spro Poppin' Frog's pretty good. I don't know. I haven't used many of the other ones. I'm much more of a walking frog than a Poppin' Frog guy. I haven't been on a real place to really like drop shot a ton, so I haven't really played around with them yet. Poppin' Pad Crasher. It's a good one. All right. Strike King Rage Schoonbug. How big is it? 3.5 inch. Do I need this? I have Everguardian Menace Bug. Does this feel a need for me? I mean, Strike King makes Rage is good stuff, but do I need this? I don't know if I do. I already have Rage Craws. I already have Menace Scrubs. This looks like it's halfway in between. I don't know if I need a bait halfway in between. What do you guys think? Do we need the Rage Scoonbug? Yum Scottsboro Swim Bait. So this is a collab. These have been out quite a while, I believe. Am I not wrong? Have these not been out for a long time? Z-Man goat toad. So they've had the goats out for a while, right? Which I haven't really used a lot. I would be a little concerned on hookups with the Z-Man. I could be wrong. I feel like if I'm going to Texas rig this to the point where it's going to stay out of vegetation, like open water where you can leave the hook out, probably okay. But like if I'm fishing this through reeds or wild rice or heavy pads or tules, if I have to have this thing tucked, I'm worried that the Z-Man could ball up when I set the hook and I'm going to miss him. I don't know. Do I need a toad? Can I just fish the goat on the surface the same way? Buzzbait trailer, but can I just use the goat as a buzzbait trailer? Do I need a toad? I mean, the goat already does the same thing. Thomas said the goats were a letdown. This is true. Sad but true. All right, 13 fishing the trout. I'm not a big trout swim bait guy. Maybe US Coast. I don't know. I don't see this one being a big. I feel like the people that throw big trout baits aren't looking for another trout bait that's mass produced. They're going to go with the custom stuff. I mean, yeah, the horny toad catches them. It's proven. The ribbit catches them. $10,000 fish shimmer swimmer. Designed for ball head jigs, weedless moving bait. So it's kind of like maybe a Demiki bait or a chatterbait trailer. Plenty of these on the market. I don't need these. $5.29 doesn't tell me I'm in a pack. Shimmer shad from 10,000 fish. That's a weird color. Chrome belly, pumpkin seed back. I mean, it's a unique color. It's probably a challenge to pour that and shoot that. It says it's a drop shot bait. Might be all right. Swim bait aficionado David says, line tie is lazy. I feel like this is just a bait that's already out there that they just copied and put out there. I feel like the Yodo worm, the Tsukoshi bug, they're decent 10,000 fish baits. All right, soft baits are done. What did we think? What was the winners, losers? I was like, what did I like in here? I think I liked the chunky. What was the chunky D? That was probably my favorite. The chunky D and probably the Missile Baits Magic Worm were the two that I would be most interested in of all of these. Am I missing anything? Or is that the consensus that that's the two best baits in this? And then we maybe want to try out the Big Bite Sensation plastics to see if they are any good. What lure will catch a fish no matter what? A stick bait. All right. Moving on to rods and reels. All right. First up, Abu Gasario Revo X Low Profile $200 combo. So you've got 3 casting models, 7+1 bearing alloy frame reel, probably solid. I mean, if you're looking for something off the shelf, it's probably rock solid for $200. I'm not much of a combo guy. Probably just make my own. Cash and Icon BFS. BFS is all the rage. I'm not really buying on the BFS. I'm just going to keep throwing my spinner poles. So I'm just going to keep scrolling, not into the BFS. I know there's a few of you here that love the BFS stuff, but Cast and Seek spinning combo. $60. 6.6 medium, 2000. Not really a bass setup. 6.6 medium. I mean, kind of light bass, but it's probably more of a crappie rod than anything. From Shop Carl's. So Cast and Seek must be a whatchamacallit brand. What's the parent company? Think of it. it's not MTB. It's I'm not thinking of it. They own 10,000 Fish. They own Catchco. Yeah, This is a Catchco combo. Fenwick Elite Bass Casting Rod. So you've got a $170 rod. I really haven't paid a lot of attention to Fenwick since they joined Abu. They used to make really good stuff. I mean, it's probably a really solid rod for $170. 49 unique rod actions. I mean, it's a titanium guide. So, I mean, titanium guides at that price point, that's decent. Guggen Squad Black Series. $300 Guggen rod. Who's in? Probably not me. But they'll probably sell a bunch of them. Not that I'm aware of, Thomas. Not a reason to go to MOA for me. 6.6. Yeah, I don't know if a 6.6 medium spinning that comes pre-spooled with 6-pound tests. See, when it says pre-spooled with 6-pound tests, that makes me think crappie rod, not jerkbait rod. Halo FX spinning. So it's a 7.6 medium heavy spinning rod. Interesting. I mean, it looks cool. Must add Brandon Lester Instinct Elite Rod Series. That's interesting. I had not heard about this. So Brandon Lester teamed up with Mustad. Used to be Mudhole. So he's coming with this series rod for $349. Okay, these are not your budget friendly. I mean, these are Champion Extreme, high end rods here. It's got Torre fibers in it. Micro vibration transmission reel seats, whatever that means. We've got titanium Fuji guides, sick rings, 4 rods, 3 heavy power fast action cracks from 7106, as well as a 71 medium power extra. So it's 4 rods. Brandon Lester. Interesting. I would be interested to get my hands on them and feel them. But it is weird that Mustad is getting into the rod market, though. I agree that feels like a stretch. TW already has them. Well, glad you used your allowance at Omnia and appreciate you using the code. Here we go. Now Mustad, we go from the Mustad $350 rod to the Mustad $90 combo. Actually, do you get 2 rods and reels for $90? It's a team combo. So it's a pair of combos, junior and it's like a father, son, mom, dad, grandpa, grandson, mom, daughter, aunt, uncle combo. So you get a 7-foot medium and then a 5-foot kind of light. That's, you know what? I mean, this is probably not something I'm going to buy, but hey, I like this idea, right? Kids and adults going out fishing together, packaging it up together. $90, you and a junior get out fishing. Is it my market? No, but I can appreciate them thinking of this, and I appreciate the sentiment and the thought here. So I give this a thumbs up. X-Bride B, probably can't get them. I'm sure they're going to be cool. People will love them, but probably will never be able to find them based on how Shimano supply chain. Yeah, it could be a bass rod and a panfish rod, kind of a 1-2 punch for somebody getting into it, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I think if we're talking about getting more people in the sport of fishing, that 2-team combo is a great idea. St. Croix Legend Tournament Bass Series. What is that? What is that? A grasp reel seat. That is either the greatest thing or the worst thing I've ever seen. I don't know. It looks like a gun grip on a fishing rod. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't like literally a pistol. I mean, you're the pew pew guy, Gramps. Like, what is that? Like, I don't understand how that would work with a bait catcher. That feels like it would be super awkward. Refined angler ergonomics and cosmetics. I kind of want to put my hands on one. Dave says it's coming from the musky world. All right. AJ says that too. AJ Linder says he's seen it. Probably is a candidate for best rod with that for sure. It looks like it might be specific to the swim baits. But it says Tournament Bass, a trio of powerful all-new swim bait models featuring the grasp. Okay. But then, so I think those grips are just on the swim baits, not on all of them. Interesting. Even looking at it, I don't get how it would feel, but all right, St. Croix X-Trek. $175 to $200 freshwater combo cross trek. So now St. Croix is in the reels, just like Dobbins got into reels. G-Man 13. Here's the new rods from 13 from the G-Man series. Gerald says they'll stand up to anything. Hand tuned by Swindle. EVA grips, custom reel seat, SS American tackle guides. It doesn't say how many there are. It just says 6'8" to 7'6" and 6'10" to 7'2" for $150. That is a red reel. The Revo Rocket spinning reel. $200 spinning reel. 7:6 to 1 gear ratio. See, I'm not super concerned about how fast my spinning reel is. I'm more concerned about how good the drag is. You are not wrong, Gravy. You are not wrong. Lew's Custom Light spinning reel, $160. I've heard that some of the new Lew spinning reels are actually pretty decent. You know, for a long time, Lew's kind of got knocked. They were always kind of rock solid baitcaster, kind of got knocked for their spinning reels. Sounds like some of their new spinning reels are actually pretty decent. But I'm probably gonna yeah, I think that's because all the new Revos and Abus are coming out at ICAST, Daniel. But I'm gonna probably stick to my Shimano and Daiwa spinning reels. Lew's Baitcaster Elite T1 SP casting reel, $500 Lew's. That's a high end Lew's, competing with that the Steez market and the Metanium MGs and that kind of stuff. Probably not something I'll try. Here's the Exists. Yeah. I mean, I like good stuff, but I have no reason to spend almost $1,000 on a Stella or Exist or anything like that. I mean, I don't know if you guys watched my last video, how many freaking fish I caught on a Fuego. Like, I mean, I catch more fish on my Dobbins Fury with my Fuego spinning reel than just about any other rod and reel I have. But there's a market. The cool thing, though, I guess, the nice thing about Daiwa and Shimano that I will say is typically their technology trickles down, right? So you can look at these Exists and these Stellas and things like that, and then 3 years down, you can get them in the Stratics and the Ballistics and reels like that. There's the Guggen $200 reel. So you can get that. So you can go out and you will be able to put yourself together a $500 Guggen combo with the Guggen Black Series and a Guggen Gold reel on it. Line up and get you some. Yeah, I don't have the Regal, but the Revros is a nice reel for $50. Absolutely. Fuego. It is sexy, but is it $1,000 sexy? I'm not sure. All right, then we got the Bantam, solid reel. I haven't used one. A lot of people like them. They're a little bit tanky, a little bit heavy, but I mean they're bulletproof. $350 reel. It's probably on the upper end of what I would. There's the Stella. There's the counterpart to the Exist. I mean, Stella's a bargain at $800 compared to the Exist. They're practically giving them away. $13 Fishing. Here's what you can pair up with your G-Man. He's got a $150 reel. He goes $150. So $300 combos from 13 with the G-Man name on them. A Beetle Wing Rapid XS side plate. 22-pound Bulldog drag, aluminum star drag, hardened brass gears, 8 total ball bearings, right and left hand versions. I don't know. I've never, my thoughts on 13. I've never used them. I have never used a 13 fishing rod or reel. I've barely even used any of their baits. I know several people that now these are older rods back when they were really heavy into college fishing that they blew through a lot of rods, snapping, breaking, things like that. I have not heard much about the recent ones, but just not a place that I dabble. Gramps says unimpressed with the Bantam so far, and Tim says just okay. Trevor says he likes the 13 Inception reel. Now 13 Axum, $135 spinning reel. I don't know if I'm a fan of the cork reel handles. Never really wrapped my head around that. All right. Now we got Durabraid. So did we jump? We didn't get a header? Like, where was our header that we went from rods and reels to line, like in the other categories? All right. Durabraid. Tougher than conventional braids. After being introduced at ICAST 21, now it's available in high-vis yellow. A new color. Why is that in ICAST? That's not ICAST worthy, people. Okay, even worse. Smackdown braid now in 300-yard spools. Not ICAST worthy. You put twice as much line on a spool. That is not a new product, people. I love Seagar. This should not be in here. Same 25-yard, now 50-yard spools of overpriced leader line. Here's the thing. The cost per yard of Gold Label is like per foot or per yard is like double or triple that of Tatsu. Just get yourself a Tatsu spool if you want some good line to use as leader material. Pass. Love Seagar. Pass on that. Sunline American Tornado V-Hard Fluorocarbon leader. Plasmarized technology. Ultimate abrasion resistance. 45-yard spools for 20 some bucks. That's expensive. I will go back to buy Sniper, buy Tatsu, buy the most expensive 200-yard reels and use that. Don't buy leader line. Leader line is a joke to me. Yozuri Super Braid. Now available on 150 white spools. Okay, so that's just a new color. Pass. Yeah, so all the new lines, none of them are really new, except for that, I guess that one Sunline leader line, but leader line's a joke. Blue Label, but you know what? Just get, I guarantee you Tatsu is better line, and it's less expensive per yard. Yeah, but it's not new. It's just a new color, new size. That's the problem. That shouldn't be in the ICAST. Terminal tackle. All-terrain tackle smasher head. Kind of looks like, oh, we just, so it's a swim bait head. Seems solid. Do I need a face on it? Probably not. Lots of good swim baits heads out there. Looks like a pretty stout hook. I feel like this is probably more designed for like a true bass, kind of 3.5, 4-inch, 5-inch swim bait. Not like a K-Tech, but your bigger swim baits. Yeah. Where was that? I mean, that would have been innovation, right? TK, 17-pound big game and moss green. Best in show. I don't know. So I guess for some of the unique sizes, I could do leader line, but for like 8 and 10 pound and that kind of stuff that I use, like I don't need leader line. I think you're just a few minutes behind, Eric. You might want to put it up on 1.25 speed and get caught up. Can't say that I've tried sharks. Yeah, I'm not super picky about my braids either. I use a lot of 832 and other stuff. Yeah, these are, it's $250 a piece. That is pricey. Freedom Tackle Magnum Shaky Head. I'm not a super big fan of the rigid springs. Some people like them. I feel like that, not my deal. I like just the barb or like a loose spring on my shaky heads for hookup reasons. G Finesse Treble Me MH. So we got a different hook wire on a treble hook. I'm sure they are sweet. Garmin makes good stuff. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't get those. All right, Gamakatsu is now in the Tokyo rig market. So if you don't like VMC, now you can get pre-made Gamakatsu Tokyo rigs. No, wait, sorry. These are power drops, not Tokyo rigs. And now we have a Gamakatsu tungsten hybrid swing head. I feel like Owner tried to do this and Mustad tried to do this. It didn't really take off. So let's see if these... It's like basically the same as the Mustad fast hatch heads, I think. We got kind of a unique flipping style weight from Gamakatsu with its composite insert that's wider to give you 360-degree protection for your knot. So it's basically providing a little cone over your knot. I guess that's kind of interesting. They didn't put the price on these, but I bet you these are not cheap from Gamakatsu. Interesting idea. Not saying I have a big problem with that currently. If you just retie every now and then, so I don't know if there's a big need in the market. And then we've got our Gamakatsu double down spring lock. So this is kind of, instead of a centering pin, it's got kind of counteracting screws to help you center it, I guess. Interesting. Probably, niche, unique rigging options, like with flukes and some of that stuff. You could do some cool stuff with this. Tim says he's down with this spring. We don't need more fluoro. Mustad jaw lock. First and only treble manufactured by a completely automated process, limiting the hook-to-hook variability associated with individual trebles. Every quantifiable aspect of treble hook design and composition. Does that mean they'll be cheaper if they're machine made? And Mustad's got some Spro's got some tungsten weights. These look like drop shot free weights. Speaking of which, Bass Tech just got some free weights to Omni. I don't know if they're restocked yet. But these have been hard to keep in stock. They've been disappearing. And they are in stock. So if you've been looking for these Bass Tech drop shot free weights in the lighter sizes, they are there. And you can grab yourself an Omnia using the code scrolling down below. Help yourself. Just remind me of those. So these come from 1/8 ounce to 2 ounces. A 2 ounce tungsten P sinker. Like for heavy free rigs. Interesting. Tungsten putty. I feel like this looks like a little square of Vegemite in a tin. It's all right, Justin. We're still going. We're still rocking. I've never used tungsten putty. $2 ounce for wake boats. LEDs in your lure locks. Why do I need LED lights in my lure box? I suppose maybe if I was a night fisherman, it could be kind of cool, especially if I was like a bank night fisherman or something like that. I mean, super niche, but could I just buy my own little strip of LEDs like these ones back here on the wall and put them in my own tackle box? I don't know. All right, there was some hype about this, the frog box from Plano Edge. $55 so that I can store 50 frogs. I don't know. I don't have a problem with frogs in my typical 3,700 boxes. It's not a problem. That is true. A hat light. It's for UV paint? I could see that. I don't really use UV baits, but interesting. And it on and off auto. I'll only turn off. Interesting. $37 though. Can't you just carry like one of those little chargers in your pocket on your keychain that they give away for free? I don't know. I'd rather just buy a whole bunch of the Flambeau Z-Rusts for $8 a piece than one Plano Edge frog box. I'm sure our friends at Omnia will have these. I'm sure some of you will love to get these. I won't be one of the people getting this box. I don't know. I have no idea, Justin. I catch a lot of fish on frogs, and they just sit in a 3,700 box. Here's my other thing about. Now I'll say it again. I've never, ever. No, wait. Let me put this point across. Never, in all of my life, have I ever caught a bass on a tackle box. Why would I spend $55 on a tackle box? I'd rather buy 10 frogs or 5 good frogs than one of those boxes. Yeah. My only complaint about Flambeau Z-Rust is that Omnia doesn't carry them. It's one of the few things that I have to put orders in at Tackle Warehouse for. If you haven't tried the Flambeau Z-Rust, and I have no affiliation with them whatsoever, do yourself a favor. Try them. All right, moving on. Enough ranting. Simms Dry Creek Boat Bag. $300 bag. Box. Is it a box or a bag? It looks like a box. They're calling it a bag. I don't have anything that I need a $300 bag for. Accessories. Wasn't much in this category that really made my socks go up and down. Freshwater, good fillet knife is handy. $125. See, I've got a custom fillet knife that my dad bought me years ago that was handmade, super high quality, like wood handcrafted custom handle that wasn't $125. Like it was $100. I don't know. Moving on. Bait fuel. I haven't bought it. I've resisted. I have not had any issues with my Z-Rust boxes. All right. Who's tried the bait fuel? Let me know in the chat. I have not. I resisted. It just felt way too gimmicky, way too marketing. Like they were coming out of the gate like laser lure, like just super marketing hard, like UV baits, like all those things, and it just scared me away. Chris has got some. Jason says it works. Kuda's sitting on the bench like me. Gabe did say it works. Gabe did give it the Tin Horse Monty seal of approval. I did see that. Rich 17 says it works. Colby says it doesn't stay on plastics. Well, if Randy says, there you go. So some people, about half people say it works, and other people say that it's hand sanitizer. All right. Don't die stackable lithium trolling motor batteries. Doesn't give a price. I bet you this isn't cheap. So I think where this could be cool is if you are in a situation with a boat or an older boat or where you have not a lot of space, the ability to stack your batteries could be a nice feature for your trolling motor. So I think for certain situations, certain boats, this could be really nice. But I bet you it comes with a price tag. I'm pretty sure this is well over $1,000 for a set of stacked batteries. Probably $2,000, if I had to guess. Probably closer to 2. All right, we got a stacker mount from Millennium Marine. I do like the Millennium Marine butt seats. Looks like a solid mount. Now we got the weigh scale, the Frable Witness Weigh Net. This reeks of a best in show winner here. The question is, how accurate can this be? Especially if you're going to treat it like a net in and out of your boat, storage and out of your compartments, beat around, lifting wads of milfoil and frogfish and that kind of stuff into this. I feel like not going to be super accurate. I like the innovation. I would be skeptical how long it will stay calibrated. And how long it's going to stay good. $150. I mean, it's a cool idea, but I'm probably just going to use the net I already have and then just get a $35 wrapless scale. Exactly. Fish in the Southeast. These are two things that don't need to go together. The double mount doesn't say. You got to go to Millennium Marine and check it out. I would guess it's probably north of $200 based on I've seen other. We've got a $200 Sims pliers. Hopefully it will last you forever at that price. Yeah, absolutely. There's no way if you're a tournament angler that you're going to rely on a net scale. Yeah, for sure. Smith's. What is this thing? Insulated 36-inch bait and fish bag. 50 quart capacity. Universal aerator mounting loop and leak resistant hose port ensure that live bait remains cool. Interesting. I mean, this not my market, but I think I would assume like people that are really into like bank fishing or fishing out of boats that don't have light wells, catfishing inshore, saltwater. I would imagine this could have a application for really certain things, not necessarily a bass market, but I could see where this would be really cool. Yeah, $200, you better be serious about your bait. But right, like if you think about what people spend on bait, especially for saltwater, buying mullet and all that kind of stuff, or if you're buying a lot of live bait, keeping that bait in good shape is an investment, right? So super niche probably, but probably a pretty cool product. Not for me. G-Force Real Care, real oil. Okay. I mean, this stuff already all exists. TH Marine putting it in a kit. Startron. So this is basically Startron with fuel inhibitor. So it's stabilizer with corrosion. All right, cool. Here's the new hype that just came out today for the Hemberg Mega Live Target Lock. This is kind of cool, right? It gives you basically a turret that's integrated into your Ultrex or Tarovas that allows you to either operate it with the trolling motor or independently on a foot switch. So you can either like have it lock on something or not. I think it costs like $1,500 for the adapter kit, $3,000 if you want the live to come with it. My only issue with this is that I think the Mega Live is probably the kind of like the actual live itself is maybe third place in the race in the live, but it's probably the coolest integrated mount. I don't know if it's for some people are really going to love this. Some people could care less about this, but I don't know. It's kind of cool. Probably is going to win best in show. Whether it's overall best in show, but it's definitely probably going to win this category. Yeah, I mean, they are just basically taking some of the motorized mounts and they're basically integrating it into the Minn Kota Humminbird One Touch network so that it's all integrated with your graph and your foot pedal and your phone and all that stuff. So it basically ties all that technology together. I'm sure it won't be long unless I wonder if there's a way they can lock this out patent-wise, but I don't think I'll be running out to get that. Here's a graph mount. $250 for a step mount that goes over your foot pedal from Russell Marine Products. They make good stuff. Apparel and eyewear. Where are we doing? We're at 31. Let's keep trucking here. All right. Costa Voyager. So Costa's getting into sunwear protection to go with their glasses. $60 for a hooded zip. It's probably fine. Costa Tides board shorts. I don't get recycled polyester. So these made from like ocean garbage. I'm not sure. New AFCO rain suits. I'm kind of probably in the market for new rain suits. So kayak shorts. So you can only wear these if you're in a kayak. You're not allowed to boat in these or fish from shore. These are only kayak shorts. How's the popcorn, Joe? Made from recycled old boxers. Woman's soft shell Reaper to go for the Reaper. Cocoa Boardies, recycled plant-based fishing shorts. Blackfish pullovers. I've heard good things about these. Haven't tried them myself. By Heo, sunglasses, $200 to $250 plastic or glass lenses. Another high-end sunglass maker. A Buff, CoolNet Buff. Recycled plastic bottles. I don't know. The Yeti bucket won one year. This could win. Don't count it out. So they recycled and then they just put it in a PVC bag. A Buff Summit cap. Laser cut ventilation holes and a moisture wicking sweatband. $30 for a Buff ball cap. And then you got the Buff bucket hat. I got a new bucket hat. Just go check out my Instagram if you want to see my new bucket hat. Hobie floating sunglasses. Haven't tried Hobie. The guys at Serious Angler talk highly about Hobie. Guide pants from Hook. Hook shorts. That is just a blurry picture on my screen. From Hook. Sims Challenger rain suit. $500. $1,200 for the insulated suits. Shoes. Apparel is just kind of boring to me. I don't really get excited about Striker. Everybody's kind of with their new stuff. Tournament shorts. What makes these tournament shorts? Built for everyday wear, the Turbocharge has 6 total storage pockets, so they're like sleeker cargo pants. They don't look like cargo pants. Boat or kayak. Might be pretty comfy. $70 for a pair of shorts, though. Striker Guardian hoodie. Wave break shirt. So this thing I don't get. Hooded short sleeve. I don't get it. If you're going to cover up and wear a hood, why do you want short sleeves? And then you're going to wear sun gloves with it and just burn your forearms? Stingers and heaters for your cargo pants, AJ. That's it. That's the end of the showcase. What do you guys think? Took us 90 minutes to go through the showcase. I'm sure there's some other stuff to be coming out, but that is like the highlight stuff that Bassmaster went through. That was kind of fun. The comments were fire. The chat was awesome. Appreciate all you guys for that. That was cool. Welcome our new gifted members tonight. Hope you guys enjoy the memberships. Lots of OGs here. Next week, I won't be having a stream. I want to be up at Vermilion practicing for a tournament. Darius officially says, Eric, yeah, there's definitely not everything made it in here. AJ says the Spro Bonsai blade was missing. I think I saw that at Fleet Farm the other day, though. Hope Garmin has something to show. Yeah, things come out early. Where is the Power Pole trolling motor that was supposed to come out like 3 to 5 years ago? When are we going to see that Power Pole trolling motor? But yeah, no show next week. Maybe we can get AJ to come on the week after. What do you think, AJ? What else is going on? Make sure you check out Omnia Fishing and Arsenal. Support the show. The code's down below. I'm heading up to Vermilion next week. I got a derby this Saturday on a local lake. Yeah, absolutely. You deserve it, Critical Gravy. You're an OG here, so it was fitting that you won one of the gifted memberships. Yeah, hopefully there'll be some cool stuff that comes out at the actual ICAST that we didn't cover today that we'll be able to talk about. If you guys came in late, you can watch the replay, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're at, or you can listen to it on the podcast version. The podcast show is growing. We're getting hundreds and hundreds. I think we've had some shows that were close to 1,000 listens on the MP3. So if you'd like to listen while you're driving or walking, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a good point. They've been marking some things down at Lowrance, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some things from Lowrance. Chris says Chunky D for the win. You're probably pretty OG too, Daniel. I would say I should have kept a spreadsheet. Then we would know. I don't know what else is going on. Otherwise, we can probably wrap things up a little early tonight. Hope everybody had a good 4th. I had a whole bunch of fishing this weekend. And going out to watch on Arsenal. I'll watch my social on Instagram. They're coming out with some new sun shirts that are actually pretty nice. Pretty impressed. I actually was caught out in the rain with Bill, and the hood kept my head dry, so they got a little bit of water resistance to them, which is kind of nice, and they were very comfortable. There was one question here. The Fish Lab Nymph being released at ICAST. Let's look it up. Dave wanted the Fish Lab Nymph. All right. That's not going to work. That's interesting. I don't know. It looks like a tiny little bug thing, like a mayfly hatch. Collaboration with Big Bass Zone. Interesting. I don't know. Drop shot, split shot, Carolyn rig, Ned head, dart head. I don't know. There you go. We looked at it, Dave. I don't know if I'm sold on this. All right. New black. So some of these, I think a lot of the people that go into the Bassmaster preview show probably kick a little money towards Bassmaster to get in there. So some of these smaller companies probably don't show up in the Bassmaster preview. What's up, Colby? Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Make sure we give Colby some love for becoming a member today. Welcome to Team Hella. One of us. That's awesome, Colby. Really appreciate it. Does anyone make a sun shirt with a hood that has a pocket for a hat bill? Interesting. That's why you just get the visor, Chris. You just throw it over your arm like this and you rock down the lake. Everybody knows that. Come on. Does look like a Hellgramite. Oh, did I miss a joke from... All right. Well, thanks everybody that tuned in. As always, we're going to wrap things up and here to help you catch more big bass and suck less. See you in 2 weeks.